Hello there. My name is Don McClain, and I'm the owner-manager of Nolan's Flowers and Gifts, located in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, on Commonwealth Avenue in the village of Attleboro Falls. Today, we have a wedding that we're doing on Cape Cod, and I thought I would do a couple of the bouquets that we're going to be bringing to that wedding and show you how we put them together and some of the tricks of the trade and how we bring it all together and make it look as good as it does. So, without further ado, let's start, and we're going to work on the bridal bouquet first. These are the flowers we're going to be using for the bridal bouquet. We have white bridal white roses, which are called Eskimo. We have a hydrangea with a blue tint to it, which is locally grown. We have some solid aster, which is just a touch of a yellow flower. It almost looks like ragweed, the stuff that grows on the side of the road. And then we have dark blue delphinium, which is a garden flower. The bridesmaids are wearing a dark blue dress, and that's why we introduced some of the blue into the bridal bouquet. I'm going to start with the blue hydrangea. We want to make sure that it's got a little roundy moundy look to it, almost like it looks like just one flower. We're going to incorporate the roses next, and some of the flowers we're just going to place right through the center of the hydrangeas. There we go. We've incorporated all the white roses in with the blue hydrangeas, and now we're going to add some of the blue delphinium. And what we do, again, we place them right into the center where we want that blue to pop out. There you go. I've added the yellow to the bouquet. As you can see, it adds just a little pop of color. The last flower I'm going to add I've not mentioned yet, and that is Stephanotis. Stephanotis is a classic wedding flower. It goes back, if you look probably at your grandmother's, your great-grandmother's, or even your mother's bouquets, you will see that Stephanotis is it's called the wedding flower, and it's a very traditional wedding flower, and I really like using it. It actually comes without a stem at all, really. It's just the blossom, and we use these Stephanotis stems that we place. It's a little cotton batting that is wet, and we just place the flower right on there and place it right inside the bouquet like so. The final thing we do to this bouquet is I'm going to tape it so it all stays together. And then we'll be doing the ribbon around the base, which I'll show you. That's an important aspect of the finishing touches of any bouquet. Now we've chosen an ivory double-faced satin, which means it's shiny on both sides. It's a beautiful ribbon, and it's ivory because the dress of the bride is ivory. Though there are whites in here, a lot of people are concerned about putting white flowers against ivory. I think it's a nice contrast, and it does, and the roses being a little creamier in their white, it shows up on the dress a lot better. So what we do is we basically take this ribbon, which is quite long at this point, and we wrap it, just wrap it around it, but we go back and forth. Oops. Initially it's quite an undertaking, but I'm going to make sure we cover the mechanics of the tape. But we're going to wrap it down, and then we're going to braid it on the way back. And then we take pearl pins, we kind of place it up into the bouquet, right through the stems. So that's the finished product. You have the bouquet where this stem is a little long, and we're going to keep it long so we can keep it in water until we need to deliver it. Once it's delivered, it will be cut to about 1 to 1.5 inches beyond the ribbon. Sometimes with hydrangeas, which need a lot of water, they're very water sensitive, we need to add, before we deliver it, which is usually 2 hours before a ceremony, we might have to wrap it in a wet paper towel and baggie to keep that water on those stems until the last minute before pictures are taken. That way your bouquet remains nice and fresh and looks the best it possibly can as you go down that aisle. The next bouquet we're going to do is the Maid of Honor's bouquet. The flowers that the bride has chosen, because the girls are wearing a dark blue dress, is a light blue delphinium, dark blue delphinium, light blue iris, excuse me. We have yellow solid aster as an accent, the yellow. We're using a hot pink rose. This is called attaché. It's a beautiful rose and has a beautiful fragrance to it and opens nicely. Then we're using a little purple accent as another accent, and we're using the white hydrangea as a base. Here's your end product of the Maid of Honor's bouquet. What we're going to do to make her special, though this bouquet is just like any of the bridesmaids' bouquets, we're going to pick a flower that was in the bridal bouquet and add it to this bouquet. And Stephanotis is the flower of choice. Again, we just place them right in here, and it doesn't really change the overall bouquet of it, but it adds a special something to it to make her feel special, that she has something just like the bride's. And those colors against a dark blue dress will be stunning, don't you think? Find us on our website, nolansflowers.com. Thank you again and see you soon.